What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Matreiuss. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Yoshii. The map is Tundra. This is currently the semi-finals of the Champions League tournament. The first semi-final. Matreiuss versus Yoshii. They've both been playing a billion games to get up to this point. This is possibly the longest tournament in Age of Mythology history. And we are getting to the nitty-gritty. The winner of this series will go on to the finals to face the winner of the other series, yet to be decided. All the marbles on the line at this point. The loser will go on to a third, fourth place match. So there is a little bit of a lifeline, but everybody is in dire need or dire desire for that finals appearance. And we do see something incredibly interesting kicking this series off. First and foremost, we see Matreiuss picking Ra here. This is not a god we've seen Matreiuss pick one time in this tournament. A very, very interesting pocket pick here against Yoshii. And he has seemingly built the mining camp too close to the gold mine. Rebuilds it because he knows how much gold he's going to lose if he doesn't. But that's a significant hit to the early game of Matreiuss already. For those of you at home wanting to know how to avoid this, well, guess what? The distance from the gold mine to create 0 walking time is incredibly forgiving. You can put it very, very far away from the gold mine, much further than you actually think, to continue to get that 0 walking time. But we'll see how it's all going to go. One thing that Matreiuss has done here in the early game is he has gone for husbandry early, and he's going to be chucking down a very, very early second monument here as well. Monument to the soldiers coming down. A super interesting opening for Matreiuss. We'll see how it's going to go. Yoshii on the other side of the map here. He's doing his stock standard double dwarf or first dwarf opening here, opening with hunting dogs and chucking villagers onto wood at the start. A very, very interesting, very, very technical opening from Yoshii. We'll see how it's going to go for him. He loves doing this one. It gives him a significant edge over the resources that a standard Loki is going to be able to get. But Yoshii has found himself in what I think a lot of players do agree is a very difficult Loki matchup. But Yoshii has been having incredible success in this tournament against Ra players. He has taken out the best, and he has had, like I've said, tons of success here. So he knows what he needs to do with the Norse to find advantages in this matchup, and we'll see how it's going to go here. Meanwhile, we do see the temple coming up for Matreiuss. It's going to be a relatively late advance here for Matreiuss after all is said and done. Pickaxe on the way here as well for Matreiuss. So lots of economic upgrades in the early stages of the game. This either means he's going for a very, very delayed second town center with a super economic start with early farms and things like that, or he's going to stay on one town center and try to do something very, very specific off of one town center, whether that's going to be some sort of fast heroic, some sort of like village, like not a villager rush, but some sort of shifting sands all in strategy off of one town center. Lots of options to go for. We'll have to see how it's all going to shape up here as Matreiuss just that little bit short of resources here as he does garrison his villagers in, and he will be advancing up through most likely Ptah here as he has yet to click the advance up, and he picks Bast. He picks Bast in this game as Yoshii's Hersir are already on the way. Yoshii's already hit that second age through Forsetti. He's moving forward. He's taken out the tower. The spy on the villager retreating into the base here. Walls coming up onto this location as well as Yoshii. He is not taking his time in this game with a fast second town center. He is not going slow here at all, and he's got the Forsetti to have Hall of Fames to deal with the Sphinx coming out here. Sphinx are very, very quick once they get that second tier upgrade through, which Matreiuss might be going for, but are they going to be fast enough to be able to deal with the speed that Yoshii's Hersir are going to be able to deliver once they have that Hall of Fames? I don't think so. I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of damage here with the Sphinx. So this can't be, this strategy that Matreiuss is going for cannot be simply just for Sphinx here. As we see Yoshii now spreading out across the map here with his villagers jumping onto the Aurochs and everything else here. As the tower almost about to go down, we do see an armory coming up on this point here as well, as more Hersir starting to stream in onto this place. We see a Valkyrie spawn here for Yoshii, which is absolutely gigantic. He's able to heal that Hersir underneath tower fire there. As the game continues, we see an armory coming down for Yoshii. He's going to be taking his time. He's getting himself that Cryo Sphinx upgrade. You can see it 5.3 speed. They are fast at the moment, but Hall of Thanes will be coming through here for Yoshii, taking the Hersir up to 5.62 speed, which is significantly faster than those Sphinx. But with Cryo Sphinx coming through, these Sphinx might be fast enough to kind of juke around. I told a lie. They don't get any speed boost from Cryo Sphinx. You get speed boost from the extra buff from those. As we do see the rain coming in, the Valkyrie here getting a little bit of damage done. Pharaoh getting pulled off of the line there to chase the Valkyrie away, trying to take that one out as the temple is hurting. The Sphinx now in the main base of Yoshii. Yoshii not really paying attention to this one. He's going to be losing a villager for this as the troll comes through here. This villager's over here idle as well, as the Hersir are a little bit distracted. Need to bring those back here to get anything done, as we see Hyrule Sphinx coming through as well. Yoshi's got to be very, very happy with taking this temple out, but Matreiuss has got to be a little bit careful making sure he actually gets that upgrade through to allow the Sphinx to do something, as the Sphinx now hitting two separate villager places at once. This troll over here trying to deal with this is now the Hyrule Sphinx is through, and the Sphinx now moving at 6.32 speed, able to take out villagers incredibly fast, as the Hersir are actually now too slow to deal with them as well, as the villagers jump into the tower here. Yoshii in a little bit of chaos at the moment, as Matreiuss here is going to be getting his gold to advance very, very shortly, as the temple does get taken down. A second temple coming up on the back of the base there, as the Sphinx takes down the troll, as another villager does fall as well. The Hersir still chasing these Sphinx around, as Matreiuss is causing a ton of chaos in this map here, in this base of Yoshii. Yoshii hasn't quite reacted to the Sphinx as best as he can by bringing those Hersir back. It's a very, very different game that Yoshii needs to play here than is normal against the Ra, as we see the barracks now coming down for Matreiuss. One of the huge advantages of Sphinx generally against Norse is that it forces out Hersir. And what can you counter Hersir with? Obviously, Axemen come to mind. They're going to be able to deal a huge amount of damage to those Hersir. The Sphinx are going to be meaning that Yoshii might not want to build raiding cavalry here. So how is he going to be able to deal with the Axemen that come out is the big question that Matreiuss is posing. But Matreiuss' economy much, much weaker than otherwise would normally be the case, as Yoshii is just sitting around, checking out everything, making sure his villagers are gathering here. An armory actually coming down here for Yoshii as he wants to go to that next age. There are villagers in the main base here gathering those herdables here as well, as the Sphinx have to sit just a little bit idly by, making sure they defend against the Sphinx that are wandering around trying to find villagers. The gold mine at this point is a little bit open here. The Sphinx could sneak through there and deal with that. The Hersir does find some Sphinx over here. Bashes 1, bashes 2, gets that little bit of chip damage done as it's going down. We are looking for, Matreiuss is looking here for a Locust here to deal as much damage to the villagers as he possibly can, as the Hyrule Sphinx here searching around, looking for everything to do, as we do see one Axeman does get spotted here. The Hersir are going to be able to stay alive here in this position, as well as more Hersir are going to be swinging in. We do see an Axeman getting taken out on that position, as the Sphinx still searching around on this location. Matreiuss with the rock here, flying around with his Patsukos in hand, searching for villagers to take out, and we do indeed see the Locust comes down. No dwarfs dropping here. A perfect split from Yoshii, as the Sphinx trying to chase this one down. Will be able to pick up a dwarf or two here if he is lucky with the animations from that Sphinx, as the Hersir coming through here, trying to push the Sphinx away. Yoshi's still alive. He's got plenty of gold in the bank to advance to the next stage. We do see the Migdol Stronghold is up in the main base of Matreiuss, as Matreiuss is going to be running out of gold relatively soon here in his main base. Though, Matreiuss is not going for any sort of semi-fast heroic. Yoshii is just going for his own heroic age here, as Bragi does get clicked up by Yoshii, as the unit's starting to move across the map, figuring out exactly what needs to be done here, as the Hersir hanging around on the back. Matreiuss in a fantastic position at this point, but he does need, well, he's now on a second gold mine and he's got all the pressure, so he shouldn't have all too much to worry about. Not only that, there's still also the rock available here for Matreiuss to use, which means he's going to be able to pick up his units and retreat away from a potential flaming weapons here, as the Hersir trying to micro in onto this position, trying to take out the Patsukkos as best as he can. The Hersir do manage to take down the Axeman relatively nicely here while staying alive on top of that healing sprint, getting some good trades here. Beautiful micro from Yoshii, in all honesty, as the Eclipse does come through. The Sphinx here, a couple of low HP Sphinx trying to chase around. They move up to 7.42 speed plus 21.3 damage is absolutely crazy here, as the Bragi does hit the dwarves, trying to come back over onto the gold mine here, as Yoshii is desperately trying to take down all of those axemen here as fast as he can. Einhjar coming through onto this position as the Valkyrie falls, but the Sphinx also falls. Meanwhile, over on this position, the other Sphinx getting taken out, as Yoshii does basically manage to defend this Eclipse here. You'd have to expect, as now Matreiuss is going to be retreating back home, this axeman on this position going to get taken out. Yoshii's got 75 population. Matreiuss is at 67 population. After all is said and done, you'd have to say advantage Yoshii here, but Matreiuss is up 9 villages after it's all said and done, and he is continuing to kill villagers on this position, as Yoshii loses 2 villages in that quick attack by Matreiuss. But now the battle balls are going to be coming out. What will Matreiuss do as a response to this? He's got 2 options. It looks like he's still building the Sphinx, but I would have said maybe stopping on the Sphinx would be a good idea. The 2 options would be to make priests or to make Patsukkos to deal with the battle balls that are going to be coming in, because they both have incredibly good bonuses against those, as the Rock now moving around, searching to take down the villagers on this hunt over here. The Hersir in position. Only 1 Axeman there, 2 Cavalry and 1 Sphinx. Should be more than enough to defend on these sorts of raids here. As the Rock comes over here, going to be checking out the gold mine, getting some good damage done as the Hersir get distracted ever so slightly. The Sphinx getting a little bit more damage done. Yoshii not paying attention here. This is some incredibly strong drops coming through here, as Yoshii moves in onto this position, sees the villagers here, but he's a little bit too distracted on this position, as well, as the Rock simply just picks the villagers off, picks them back up, and he's going to simply float here and wait until he can distract just a little bit longer. Yoshii at this point with 1,000 food in the back, plenty of resources, except the gold is not there for the moment. In all honesty, Yoshii Matreiuss gets another villager snipe. He drops the Axeman, snipes that low HP villager, and just moves over to this position as well. The units coming back over here. We are seeing now Matreiuss moving across the map with everything he's got. The best option here for Matreiuss has to be to consider going to the Mythic Age here. He's going straight onto those Aurochs that are on the map, as well, as the dwarves get pulled off of this location here. Yoshii moving back over here, trying to deal with this. The best defense to the Rock is generally going to be either build trolls or build hill forts on the defensive positions you need to be on. At this point, the army is starting to look incredibly scary, though, for Matreiuss compared to what Yoshii's got. Yoshii's got plenty of resources, but he needs to train those units, and he doesn't have the gold income, in all honesty, at this point to make that work. As the Rock retreats back here, still in position to pick up the units just in case of flaming weapons comes down or something like that. As the villagers retreat into the tower here, this lone gatherer is going to get eaten up if Matreiuss pays attention. He does manage to snipe that one down, as now Osiris is on the way. Meanwhile, the cavalry getting caught out on this position by Matreiuss, by Yoshii here. He's able to take those out. Matreiuss throwing away just a couple of units here, as the Axeman coming over onto this position to say g'day, but Osiris is on the way. The Rock still being incredibly painful to deal with. As all the units dropping in here, those Sphinx, how much damage do they actually do? They get an extra 200% bonus against the battle wall, which is nothing to be sneezed at, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Sphinx are actually the best option that Ra has against the battle ball. As the Axeman getting pulled back, Yoshii comes in with his army, and Matreiuss just says, all right, I'm just going to pick it up, go back home. Don't need to hang out here. Already got Osiris in a fantastic position. The battle ball on this position getting taken out as well, as Yoshii tried to get a little bit of pressure done, but 10 village difference here. It's not as big of a deal as you might expect it to be, because technically speaking, the Greek villages gather faster than the than the Egyptian villagers. The Egyptian does have that empowerment, which makes up for it. But a lot of the time, it turns out that Egyptian players tend to not empower. They tend to utilize the Pharaoh more in an offensive way. But at this point, Matreiuss has been using his Pharaoh very, very nicely. We're seeing double town centers getting dropped down now by Matreiuss, as well as the rock still causing Yoshii to be sitting on the back foot here. As we see Osiris coming through, Yoshi's now spent all of his resources, it seems here, as we do see the son of Osiris comes through, the town center getting pushed up on this position here. The villagers over here very, very scarily in this position, as we do see the flaming weapons getting dropped. And that's going to mean that Yoshii, he simply just can't chase this rock down. There's still no answer to it. Basically, no attempt at building a troll here by Yoshii, as the son of Osiris actually getting chased away by some flaming weapons units here. And this kind of looks like, while Yoshii has managed to get those units to be picked up, he will be able to put some pressure onto his opponent here. What is he going to be able to get with this? He's kind of wasted flaming weapons in a really, really bad way here. And we'll see how it's going to go, as now the town center coming up here for Yoshii, as Matreiuss moving back in to this position. He's got double mummies out at this point. The mummies are going to be so obscenely strong against Loki, and he's got two of them. The Hersir can come through. They can take this out. Matreiuss has got to be careful not to throw away the son of Osiris here, but the rock is flying overhead as those Hersir are going to get pulled off. They will be able to snipe one of those mummies here after all is said and done. The villagers moving up to the top side of the map, as Yoshii, he needs to start pulling back here, as we do see the mountain giant coming in onto this position, as the mummies do pick off both of those myth units there as well. Frost Giant does come through. The Hersir are going to be getting some good damage done onto this position as well. But Yoshii here is just throwing away units at this point. That son of Osiris, he doesn't even mind losing a little bit of HP here, because in winning this fight, he's going to get himself the third town center. He's going to be in a commanding position. Look at the score difference now, as all of those heroes and myth units do fall. And Matreiuss claims the win with an incredible bastard abuse, showing exactly how Ra can be incredibly oppressive if the Loki player is not ready for it. The Sphinx here caught Yoshii completely off guard, and Yoshii just could not deal with it. Getting out some extra trolls would have been a great idea to deal with that rock. He had the Forcetti. Getting out having the Hersir in positions to defend the Sphinx would have been a fantastic use as well. And he would have been able to completely deny that rock abuse, and he would have been in a completely fine position. But Yoshii just decided to build battle boards, refused to build the trolls here, and he was just in a terrible position. He could not deal with it. The rock can look like an incredibly difficult unit to deal with if you're not prepared. If you are prepared, it becomes very useless. And Matreiuss actually mentions this in the chat. The first game there, going to Matreiuss here, incredibly well played for the first game. We'll see if Yoshii can bounce back in game number 2. It's a long series, ladies and gentlemen. Best of 5 here for the semifinals, so he's got a lot to think about in the little intermission here. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.